Hi. Greetings from the library cave. I am Aspen Dracaena, your friendly neighborhood Ice Dragon Bookwyrm VTuber, and I am working on your neighborhood. So I was gonna do co-working today, but I just needed a break. I've pretty much over a week, slightly over a week, worked almost every day except for one, for about 8 hours a day on this big manuscript project I've been working on. I handed it over to the author yesterday. She has questions for me. I'm gonna have to check out my email later. But so I'm like, I don't want to deal with that while I'm streaming. I don't want to do any work while I'm streaming on that. So, especially because I'm just so tired. But I thought today would be a good day to work on one of these house flipper concepts that are based on TV shows. So we've got the Huckster's House, which is obviously this is from Breaking Bad. We got the Friends apartment that Rachel and Monica lived in. I did the other, Joey and Chandler's apartment once. That would be, let me see if I can find it. That would be this one, the one to flip. So I worked on that one before. So I was thinking, all right, so these are all the options we have left. There's a museum at the end of this. I am really looking forward to that in the castle, but I don't have enough money for either of these yet. I already bought another house, so I did have like $500,000, but yeah, so there's the Alone Home. Yeah, a night at the museum. That would be really fun. This looks cool, the Reef Cottage. But the ones I'm looking at today, I'm not going to do this today. I think this house will take a while, so I'm thinking the Friends apartment will be good. I might be able to finish this in a full stream today. So let's go ahead and buy that one. And let's get to work on this. I really respect how close this is to the TV show. I'm really impressed that they really tried to actually make it look like the TV show. If you don't want to put up a house for sale, maybe you'd rather move there. When you are in a house you bought, press escape in the options menu. Yeah, I know. Okay. So, this is Monica and Rachel's house. Let's clean some stuff up first. Yeah, it's a little messy. Dispose. That is a nice looking trifle. Okay, let's see. I like the cleaning part of this game. It gives me time to kind of look around and see what I want to do. I mean, it does look good. It does look good. But it does need to be cleaned. Let's see. There's something that needs to be cleaned somewhere over here. Is that a spot? I don't know. Maybe I need to go over here. Sometimes these spots are hard to find. Oh, there's a piece of chicken on the floor. Well, that's not good. There's something that needs to be... Oh, the doorway needs to be cleaned. Okay, I think I need to pick up the old newspaper. Do I need to pick up the telephone? No. Garbage. They are hiding the garbage from us. Okay. Yeah, I might not have to change it that much. I think I want to make it so, the second person on the list, Veronica, she likes bright colors and art. So I might just keep it simple and stick to, oh dear, stick to making it fun for her. Well, that's a closet. Clean. I may need to fix up this bathroom a little bit. Yeah, that bathtub's kind of gross. Here, let's close the door. Okay. And then there's something over here. I think. No. Or is it up there? I don't know. I know I'm facing the right direction. Oh, I see what it is. I see what it is. It's these bottles. Okay, and there might be something in here. Yep. Goodness. Okay, everything else is relatively cleaned. Okay, and I guess that's New York. Maybe we shouldn't have the window open in New York. Yeah, it won't let me close it now. Okay, okay. You know what? I bet under here is what I'm looking for? No. What about in the drawers? No, no. I have no idea what those black spots are over here. I'm standing right in front of the black spot. And it's not the floor. The floor looks fine. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it looks like there's something outside the door that needs to be... Oh. Yeah. And there's Chandler and Joey's apartment. And whoever lives there. Wow, we could even decorate this area out here. I'm not sure I want to though. That's spending money on things that don't matter to the apartment. I know, I'm just inviting Spider-Man in. Jeez. Okay. Alright, let's clean up in here. Clothes all over the floor. Goodness, this is how my mom leaves messes. I mean, a lot of this is just a matter of cleaning up, really. Okay. Clean up a messy there. Apparently there's something there. I don't see what it is though. We'll clean that up. I mean, it is pretty nice. But yeah, I don't mind inviting Spider-Man in, I guess. If he wants to live here, you know, all he has to do is let me know. I'll rent to him. Okay. Is that Chandler's shirt? This is probably Monica's room. Okay. Oh my gosh. So what do I do to put Veronica Lipson at the top? Hang on just a second. So, let's look for Veronica. I think this house suits her. All right, art, bookcases, and pictures. She likes pastels on the walls, and she likes flowers. I love flowers. Empty walls, classic style furniture. She likes modern furniture. One bedroom. We can make an art and book room for her. I think we keep this bedroom because it's already quite pastel. And then we turn this room into an art room because it's smaller. So I am going to sell some things. That is a nice bed, but I'm going to sell it. This person is super needy for the current housing market. These people are picky in this game. They are so picky. It's actually very, very annoying how picky they are. Okay, get rid of all the makeup. I have a feeling Veronica would rather use her own makeup because she's probably more artistic with her makeup. Goodness. This is a lot of stuff. Do I want to hold on? I'll sell that. We can sell the mirror. We can sell the dresser. And this will be the art room. Okay, so I will set up. Oh, let's sell this. And let's set up an easel. Accessories, hobby, art. So we're going to put in a large easel. We're going to do this wood because it's kind of messy and I like it. I like it for her. This is very her. And then I think we'll need another table. Let's move. All right, so she likes modern stuff. She doesn't like classic stuff. Let's see. I don't think she'd like a football. Easy to, okay. We need more art on the walls. We have. Someone ate my sandwich. Okay, someone did eat your sandwich. Great. I love how this game is old enough that there's still like phones. People still have telephones. It's awesome. Okay, so let's put in a little table, a little desk. Furniture, office. One of these is probably good. And we'll do, what do we want here? Oak, brown oak. Because I feel like that would match the frame on that picture. And we'll go with pastel rose legs to match the room. You know what? Why not? Let's go with that. And then we can get a little... Hi, Lele Starry Art. How are you? It's nice to have you here. I'm Aspen Dracaena. I am a Ice Dragon Bookwyrm VTuber. And yeah, we're just having some fun working on turning the friend's house into something I can sell. Yeah, I'm having a good stream. It's been a busy, tough week, so I'm very glad to be chilling out right now and just doing something fun. And this game is a good chill out game. Let's see. Alright, so I'm going to put the tiny easel on here so that we can have a place for Veronica to do her art. Let's get her a chair to sit at. Oh yeah? What's going on today for you? Happy birthday! Oh my goodness! Oh, that's awesome! Happy birthday! I hope you're going to do some fun stuff today. I usually keep my birthdays pretty relaxed, but, you know, it's always nice to feel like, you know, you can do something fun on your birthday, and I'm usually like, okay, I'll just hang out and do something I like that's very chill and relaxed, like watching a movie or reading a book. But yeah, I hope you have a fantastic birthday. That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna move this lamp over here. Thank you. A nice dinner with, yeah, that sounds awesome. One of my favorite things to do for my birthday is to go see a movie. I like to do that a lot for holidays. Just feel like, okay, let's just go somewhere and have an experience. You know, like, I don't feel like I need a lot of stuff, but I like spending time with people I care about. So that's a big deal for me. All right, I'm gonna add some bookshelves. She likes bookshelves. Okay. Let's make everything matchy-matchy. We'll go for it. We'll go for matchy-matchy. I also got myself a nice present, which is a VR chat model of my VTuber OC. She's supposed to be done today. Oh, that's cool. You know, I've thought about doing that before. I think it'd be fun to... Oh, thank you. My model mama is fantastic. She actually takes commissions still, so there's quite a few people out here with Lisana models. I know a few of them already. We might actually do a stream together. We're looking to do a collab to stream together with a bunch of us. So yeah, but definitely look up Lisana. She's on Twitter. You could easily find her there, and I believe she has a VGen account as well. She's also like she's just a really sweet person. I like her a lot. Okay, let's see decorations. Let's find some more pictures. She likes plants too. Yeah, check her out. She does some really cute models. One of my model sisters just debuted a little bit ago, and she's doing really great. She has really cute models. She has purple hair and like this cute little Sakura pink outfit. She's a bunny. But yeah, there's her name is well, her account is It's Josielicious, but she's Josie and she's really cute. She's a very sweet person. All right, let's see some more art. She likes art. Well, let's get a bigger one. She likes big art. This person needs big art. There we go. And some plants. Let's get some plants. She likes plants. Back. Okay, plants. All right. What kind of plants? But yeah, VTubing, given it's gotten kind of saturated, so, you know, nobody gets super huge the way they used to unless they're already huge. But I think it's such a great, it could be such a fun way to get to know people and, you know, have fun and just share stuff that you like doing. Okay, more plants. I want some small plants. Small plants, small plants. Let's see. Some cyclamen is pretty. I'll do some here. And another one down there. And let's do... Well, we'll go for some succulents here. But yeah, I think Lasana is actively open to work on models. So she is, I don't know how much availability she has, but I know that she talks a lot about having commissions available. So let's do some purple. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So like I've been working really hard lately on projects for other people, and I feel like I've just kind of gotten to the point where I realize I've been giving people too much of myself lately. Over the past couple years, actually. So, I decided that I need a break. And I need to be able to make some choices for myself instead of kind of giving little pieces of myself to everybody else. It's hard. Like, who doesn't want to be that nice person who does stuff for other people? But, after a while, it gets to be too much, and you definitely have to stop and think, well, maybe I'm doing too much for other people, and maybe that's why I'm tired. So I've been really working on thinking about how do I simplify my life so that I'm not giving up so much of myself. And it's not easy to figure out how to, really do that without feeling bad about, not being the person everybody expects you to be. Here, I need ladder. I was hoping to go without buying a ladder, but I need a ladder. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right, now back to my plants. This one. Okay. Come on. This is the one thing that bothers me about this game, is sometimes it's a little glitchy trying to get things to show up. Aha, there we go. But I want to put it in this one. Ah, here we go. That's where I really want it. Okay. Decorations, plants. Any other plants that I want to put up here? A fern. We always need ferns. There we go. I might put some plants in the kitchen as well with the like spices and stuff. What am I doing here? Okay, it doesn't... No, that one's too big. Maybe I should put other things up. Maybe if I try... You know what? Let's try some pictures. We'll do a cat, because cats are awesome. And let's see, we can do a hydrangea, because a picture of a plant is like having a plant. Right, I hope so. Okay, let's see, butterfly. Yeah, butterfly. That's good too. Okay, let's... Butterfly, what are you? Okay. Oh, here we go. And maybe what I'll do is, I'll move one of these up here. Okay. Ah! Where'd it go? Oh, it's right down there. Sorry, little plant. Oh, you know what? Here, let's do this. Let's not. Let's leave this over here. And I will get another one of those succulent plants with the 3 plants in it. That's what I'll do. Plants. Small. Alright, so we'll get the mini set. And we'll put that, let's see, next to the kitty cat picture. Okay, come on. Come on. Cooperate. Come on. Come on. It doesn't want to. It doesn't want to. No. Okay, you know what? Here. Let's do this. Let's put it here. And it'll take this one. Okay, it wants me to go down first. Take this one. And then put it up. There we go. Okay. Alright, there. The cat is not alone. Good enough. Good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, people are moving into their houses here. They'll add more. Okay, so we've got art room, so we should put some more art. Let's see. Let's look at the paintings. So yeah, something that Panda's mom has admired is that we really took our little space and made it our own and made it really nice. And you know, when you're working in a small living space, it helps to be able to make things at least look nice and feel comfortable. Oh, there's another little makeup on the floor. Let's put a painting over here too. Maybe this one? That's not the same one as the other one, is it? No, it's not. No, we want a bigger one. We want a bigger version of that. Oh, still kind of small. Let's get the large one. This person likes art. We're going to make art for her. Let's do that one. There we go. All right. Then we can put something over here as well. We'll do the cupids. We'll do the cupids. I'm just gonna art this house up. You know, I'll leave this here because I'm done with this room, I think. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. She likes bookshelves. She likes some scattered mess. We have so much space for art. Let's get some art going here. Okay. Let's do large. And let's move this table over. Wait, that's a light? They light up? No way. No way. I didn't know they did that. Wow, that is so cool. Okay. Let's find some other art. No, let's not do purple on purple. This one though, maybe? Oh, the owl. Let's do the owl. Large. Large owl. It's like very large grass. Okay. Let's see what we can do in here. I like the random chairs. That's very Veronica Lipson. I kind of don't want to mess with the kitchen. The kitchen's decent. Silly cat. It's like smelly cat at Central Purr. Oh, that's great. And little refrigerator. Yeah. Okay. How do I get Dolan Trask off of this? Let me look at this for a second. I am going to check what Dolan Trask doesn't like. Dolan Trask. What does he dislike? He doesn't like children's furniture. But I don't think she likes children's furniture either. All right. Veronica Lipson. Favorites. 1 bedroom, flowers, 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 pastel colors, photos, hanging pictures, bookshelves. She likes a little mess. She doesn't like children's toys either. Okay, she doesn't like classic furniture, so I need to update some things to more modern furniture. 1 bedroom. Artistic imbalance. Okay. Fill up the walls. Okay. Let's try to get rid of some of this more classic furniture as well. Furniture. Living room. Shelves. Oh, let's look tables, because I think that'll help. Because I think... Where is... is... Yeah, so the classic TV cabinet. She's not going to like that. She's going to want something more modern. Modern TV cabinet. Andy. Okay. So, let's go back. Yeah. Yeah, she's not gonna like this. Okay. So, we need something that'll fit in there. I think this might be too big, to be honest. Yeah, that's huge. We don't want something that huge. But let's see. We can get this one. Elm? Cedar, elm. The table over there. Here, let's do this. Ah, perfect. That'll fit well. And we can just put things back where they were. Including the old-fashioned cathode ray TV. Ooh. Okay, let's see what else looks kind of old-fashioned. Let's do some switcheroonies. Here. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-boo. Doodle-doodle-doo-doo-doo. I don't know what those are. That's weird. Okay. Let's find a corridor thing. Or we can extend the book stand. Hang on a sec. Let me take a look here. There is art up here. Can I move that to another wall? I can move that to this wall. Oh, but you know what? There's also, yeah, I'll have to, let's see. We need a more modern. Okay, let's look at the corridor stuff. I don't think there are a lot of options with the corridor stuff. Commode Nelson. Handles. Let's see. How does that... Why is it so... Oh my god, that's so tiny. What is... Why is it so tiny? How... This is like for a kid's room. Like, who... What? How's that even a piece of furniture? Okay. We're not using commode Newson. Let's see. There is... Let's see. No, we can't do classic. I like to put this piece in because some of the furniture used in House Flipper is used in Phasmophobia. And that's one of the ones that gets used. Let's see. Dressing tables. No. Wardrobes. Here, how about this guy? We'll get the elm. So it's matchy, matchy, match. Or is that too... Maybe that's too wide. Yeah, that's kind of wide. No. Let's just look at bookshelves. Let's just look at bookshelves. I think we're gonna have to go with... What if... Ooh, what if I did this? And I put a few of these up. And then we can put our vase there. Come on. Come on. Okay. And a photo here. And another photo up there. And a planty. Yay, plants! And maybe we'll move this over here. There we go. Okay. This desk is a classic desk, if I recall correctly. So let's go back to office desks. Yeah, it's classic desk. So I need to get rid of that one. And I might want to use another one of these melon wooden desks. Uh-oh. It just disappeared. No! Okay. Let's do that one. Let's go for elm. And, you know, good enough. Yeah, here, I'm gonna put it somewhere here. I'm gonna move the chair. I'm gonna move this here. Noink, noink, noink. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then this chair, I don't know if this chair is a classic chair. Let's check. Furniture, kitchen, no. Dining room, it's dining room. Dining room. And let's, chairs, okay. Chairs. Yeah, I don't know. Is it the Ingolf or is it a different one? Classic chair. All right, we have to get rid of that one too. All right. Oh, look, she's already at the top too. Let's give her something a little more modern. Let's see. What's a nice modern looking chair? Let's do one of these. This, you know what? She's not the type to like matchy-matchy, but let's do this. Yeah. No, it looks kind of short. How about this? Yeah. That's a good chair. Goodness, we're like 20 minutes in. Maybe, or no, 40 minutes in. Maybe I should just sell this to her as is. Let me just double check the bedroom here. Okay, so pretty pinks. There's some classic furniture in here as well. I'm a little concerned about that. Let's take a look. Bed. Furniture. Bedroom. Beds. Huh. Devil heart bed? No. That's this bed. The double bed bronze. Doesn't say classic. Okay. This hutch thing worries me though. Try to remember where you find that one. I think it might be a living room thing. Living room. Shelves. Could be on tables too. Tables. Let's see. So yeah, I don't know. I might be able to finish this one and then do another one. Maybe we can do the Breaking Bad house. That might be fun too. Okay. No, it wasn't corridor. Office? No. It's hard sometimes because certain furniture is not where I expect it to be in the listings. So I just have to scroll a little bit, I think. Scrolly, scrolly, scroll. But yeah, it's interesting to think of how this game uses a lot of assets that are used by a lot of other games. I mean, it probably made it very easy for them to make this game. But at the same time, let's see. It's so funny having to like look through everything and be like, huh. Do I need to get rid of this thing? Do I need to get rid of that thing? Dining room. Maybe it's in the kids. It's almost like I'm playing like a point and click search. Okay. Oh, I can't find it. Okay. She seems happy though. Okay. Veronica. We've got her art. We've got flowers. We've got pictures. One bedroom. Okay. Oh. Children's toys. She doesn't like children's toys. Let's get rid of that. What else can I do here? When in doubt, more art. feel like this game doesn't know the difference between big and small. Like sometimes you hit on large and things will be bigger than the wall. And sometimes you hit on small and they will be bigger than the wall. Let's try a smaller size. There we go. Look, it's a bedroom. She's allowed. Okay. All right, let's see. I think... Whoa. You know, I'm going to sell these because I don't think Veronica is sporty. All right. I think I'm going to sell it. I think I'm going to sell it as is. Because, honestly, she's at the top. That's what I wanted her to be. Oh, there's a painting down here. Wonder if I should put that painting over somewhere, like up there. Let's do that. Let's do that. There we go. All right. Let's try and sell it. Okay. Actually, I have to press escape. There we go. Sell the house. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if we get some profit. House price, furniture bought, furniture sold. Yes! Nice. We get some profit. Perfect. Okay, there's some classic style furniture that she doesn't like, but that's okay. Everything else, she likes. Perfect. Accept offer. Perfect. Yay! That took a lot less time than I thought it would. Okay. Yes, the pink Barbie house. Oh my gosh. My poor eyeballs. Alright, so what I think we'll do is go on to the next house. Let's take a look. I was working on this one. Maybe I'll just continue working on this one. I was trying to get this one set up so I could rent to Dolan Trask, I think his name was, or Trusk. So, but he dropped out of contention, so I'm kind of concerned. So let's just work on this. Okay. So I've got a kitchen. He doesn't care about a lot of stuff. He doesn't want a lot of furniture. He could not possibly care less. I made him the cheapest bathroom I could make. Perfect. If I have to, I can get rid of the shower and he might like it. Made him the simplest bedroom ever. All he wants, all he cares about is his office. So, if we go down here, and go down here, I made him a beautiful office. But I need to add more because it's pretty open, so I need some rugs. Decorations, floor. And he likes expensive for his office, so let's get the big old Persian rug. Let's do this. There. And for his computer desk, he needs just a sec. Alright. Okay. Let's keep going here. I might want to get some more. I do think I have a break coming soon, so as soon as the break comes, yeah, there's a break, so let's hold on for just a little bit. So this is his office, and I'm sure he wants to meet with people sometimes in his office. So, let's see. Can I make space for that? I think it just didn't like I was standing there. Okay, so let's put some kind of furniture back here. Office. Where's the office? Office. Storage. Okay. We could do the Soti bookcases, which is what I used when I made the office for Panda. So let's do that. Let's do black. Do a few of these. All right. Now, let me just check something real quick, because I want to see Dolan Trusk. One bedroom, one bathroom. Walls have to be all white. Except for the hallway and the office. The rest of the furniture is cheap. First impression. So, classy items in hallway. Space for documents. Office space. Office. Boss office. Okay, it has to look elegant. Okay, he needs lots of space for documents. And we need to work on the hallway leading up to the office. Got it. Got it. Perfect. Okay. And this is good for storage. So let's see. Fronts. Details. Okay, let's see. All right. We will put some storage cabinets right over here on the red wall. Oh, that reminds me of the red wall books. If you haven't read the red wall books, you need to. They're so good. Alright, let's get him some expensive computer and electronic equipment. Other, I guess? No. It would probably be under gaming. Okay, he would like a backlit, fancy panoramic monitor. That goes up here. See, there he goes. He popped up. He's second from the bottom now, or from the top now. Let me scoot this over so it's nice and centered. Let's get him an actual computer. We'll get him this one. All right, we're getting there. He's liking this. He's liking this. Oh my, he's liking this. Yay. All right. Let's see, what else can we get him? We need a keyboard. Keyboard. Red. He is a red guy. We'll get him red. What? He didn't like the keyboard. He needs the keyboard. He's a business guy. He needs a mouse. Oh, he went back up. Okay, let's see. Let's do some fancy art. He's gonna want some fancy art up here. Oh, he's gonna need a webcam. He's a business guy. Here. There we go. A webcam. Alright, let's put up some art, some fancy art. You know, he has a nice little meeting place here. Fancy art. Decorations, pictures, paintings. I would give him one of these, but these are all kind of the scary art. He wants energy. Let's give him energy. Yes. Okay. feel like it's still kind of empty. Let's get him. I wish we had motivational posters. That would be very him. Trying to find things that are very businessman. I feel like these are a little too charming. Maybe the birch one? No, he didn't like it. Okay. Let me get another rug. Floor. A wide Persian rug. We get a smaller one for over here. Now we have to do this corridor. Okay. Let's do the floors. Let's do the floors in a nice, let's see. Floor and ceiling. Panels? Is that the same one that's in there? I think so. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Hang on. We'll get that last bit. There we go. Let me see if I can do something about these stairs. Can I do flooring on the stairs? No, I can't do anything on the stairs. The stairs are as is. Okay. Let's put some expensive furniture in here. We'll do like a waiting room. Okay, let's see. Alright. Let's look at corridor furniture first, because we are going to need something nice. Let's do something... Sapel, maybe? Maybe just blackwood. Let's do fancy blackwood with black hangers. So we'll do... Okay. We're gonna set up some chairs in here, so it'll be like a nice waiting room. Or maybe a sofa. I can't use any of those, but an elegant leather sofa. Ooh. Elegant leather sofa, yes. He is going to be all about this. Let's see if this helps. Come on. There we go. And we'll put like a side table. A nice fancy side table. Oh, we might have to go into the bedroom for the side tables. Okay, fancy stuff. Fancy schmancy. Handle. Black. Okay, let's put in... What else can we do? How do we make this fancy smancy? Living room. Armchairs. I kind of don't want to do one of these, but I have a feeling that's what he'd want. Okay. It's too big. It's too big, and it doesn't go with this. This elegant. Let's find something that would go well. I think this goes better. All right, now I think there are some... some wall thingahoonies. Like a sideboard. A sideboard. It might be in the living room stuff again. Huh. Okay. Living room shelves. Ah, here we go. Dining room sideboard. This is also in Phasmophobia, hilariously enough. Okay, he liked that. I'm gonna angle this so it's like whoever's waiting. This is like his waiting room, and let's get some art. Gotta do some art again. Ooh, let's put this rug down again. Is there space for a medium one? Okay. Fancy schmancy. I did make this closet for him to store papers. Right. Fancy, fancy, fancy. He likes fancy. He likes so much fancy. Okay. Decorations. Pictures. Yeah, actually, let's go back to lights. What is our lighting situation down here? There's nothing. Oh, we need lighting. Let's get a little chandelier going. Alright, ceiling lamps. Let's do this one. Let's do a standing lamp over here. Or a lamp on the desk, at least. Table lamp. Okay, let's do... I feel like he'd like steel. Black. Details. Steel. Unless he wants like gold. Well, let's do that. Now how do I get those people to not want this house? Okay, so... things he dislikes. Not two, just one bedroom. One bedroom, no children. Customers should feel overwhelmed. Oh, a sauna. You may want to... Oh, no, a lot of them ask for saunas, though. Here, let me look at the buyers again. The Jantart family. Okay. The Jantart family. No. No. Get rid of Jantart. Like living rooms and kitchens. Okay. Empty floors. They like wood. They do not like the black of flowers. And the books. Okay. And then, these guys. A small family. Just like, we only have one bathroom. Uncomfortable beds. There aren't enough rooms. Yeah. Okay. Alright. I wonder if there's another thing I can look up. Desk lamp. Let's do a desk lamp. Okay. The issue is the room is not identifying as an office yet. That's the issue. Okay. So furniture, office, storage. Blackwood, black. Do something here. All right, so if I put this here, flush to the wall. There we go. There. And then, oh, I should change this one so it matches. Okay. Let's focus on making this office. Like, it just has to scream office. executive boardroom. Okay, how do I get that to happen? Alright. Office bookshelf. Okay. I think we need office decorations. There we go. Okay, let's work on doing some of this. Alright. Yeah, white paper, yeah. I think one of the issues with this room is I have furniture in it that isn't office furniture. What if I put an extra desk? Okay, let's try putting this on the desk. Okay. Alright, so we've got a good desk going here. Alright. Can we put anything on here? Let's try some binders. I feel like he'd prefer sticky notes, very much some sticky notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. It's too bad I can't put the sticky notes directly in a little box. Okay. Let's get some businessy binders. I feel like Princess Unikitty right now. I'm like, okay. Shift. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Can any of those? This guy's tricky. This guy is really tricky. Okay. Office. 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 Like anything office. Furniture. Let's go back to office furniture. Maybe I should switch out those chairs I have back there with the armchairs. Let's do that. And you know what? I may have to take this furniture out. Let's do that. And let's put in... I wonder if I put in another desk. Which desk did I do? I did the corner desk. Black, darkwood, blackwood. Okay. We'll get another office chair. To make this more office. Okay. How do I make it more office? Light. Turny, turny, turn. Okay. More computer. Go. And keyboard. Another red background. And another mouse. Computer mouse. Okay. See, I'd give him the gaming mouse, but that doesn't... He's not a gamer. He's a businessman. He is Captain Business. Lights. Standing lamps. Where's that expensive... Oh, here... This is a nice desk lamp. There we go. Okay, how do I make this more business room? Ooh. I had thought. No, don't need that. I'm moving you there. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So put this here. corridor. How is this for going into? Yep, that's good. And then another one. And another one. Office. Okay. It's always so tricky in this game to try to figure out how. Oh, hey, Mystic! Hi! I was so focused on trying to figure out how to make this office work. It's not registering as an office. Okay. So I've got bunch of this. It still just says it's a room. Huh. How much more office do I have to do to make it more office? I mean, it's kind of crazy. I have so much office furniture. Let me look something up. Okay. In House Flipper, to make a room qualify as an office, you need a desk, office chair, bookcase, office bookshelf, and a monitor. Sometimes a picture or carpet is required to complete the room definition. The game is finicky, so specific items like office chair and proper bookcase are necessary, whereas hanging shelves do not necessarily count. I have all of that stuff and more. Okay, if it stays labeled room, try adding a picture or replacing the chair with a different type of office chair. Okay, so let's try. Okay. Alright. You've been eating? Yum. Panda's gonna make me dinner tonight. He's gonna make the same thing that he made me on Valentine's Day. He is such a sweetheart. Oh, of course I'm probably going to help him with it, though. But he's so thoughtful. I actually made some cookies last night. I made, let's see, what does this say? Painting? A picture. It can be any picture. Okay. So, let's see. Ooh, you know what might work? In a business office? City pictures. City. Oh, you see, that's too big. Look how big that is. It's too big for even the floor to ceiling. Like, how are you supposed to use that? Okay, let's do medium. Let's get another one. There we go. Why is it not registering? Everything in here is office furniture. And I'm supposed to have nice rugs, which I do. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Why? Why, game? Why? Do I have to exit? Open. It still says room. Is it because I have a closet? With more office shelves in it? Let me check the office stuff for bookshelves. That might be the issue. Furniture, office, storage. It's a bookcase. Yeah, they say bookcase. They all say bookcase. Should I look at the living room ones? Shelves. Bookcase. Okay. No, wait. I want a different wood. Not the black wood, not the dark wood. Okay. Let's see. Can I put a bookcase over here? Okay, let's get the grid. Okay. Look, this is literally an office. How do I make this more office? It has everything that's office. It has office stuff. I'll even put in more office chairs here. Furniture, office, chairs. Okay, you know, maybe it's because I have the armchair rather than the office chair. So let's do this. Alright, let's sell that. And let's do more of these. It's still not registering. It's still not doing it. Why you hate me, House Flipper? Why you hate me? Okay. Come on. Okay, everything in this room is office. It screams at you. It screams office. What else can I possibly do to make it office? Everything says office. It's all office. I'll even get the more expensive light. Standing lamps. Okay, there. We'll get this, the most expensive desk lamp. Okay. Alright. Okay. And see, like, look. I have all this office storage. And all this office storage in here, too. I don't... Is it just that the room is too big? Is it too fancy? Is it too much? Look, it says one bookcase, one office desk. Alright, hang on. You need specifically from the office chair category. Oh, it wants a standard desk, not a corner desk. Okay, let's try. Okay, here. Let's try a standard desk. Okay, it doesn't like the corner desks, but the corner desks are nice. Jeez Louise. Office. Desks. Okay, so Darren wooden desk. Would this work? How? Okay. A standard desk. Okay, it hates. Okay. Okay, and now he's like, he's happy. Okay. Alright, so we've got this desk in here. A very, very standard desk. I might need a picture on the desk. Let's see. Decorations. Pictures. A picture. A standing. Oh, okay. Photos. Let's see. Let's find one that is standing. All right. Maybe not that one. Framed photo desert. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Do I need more? Ugh. This is so annoying. It does not want to register. How about let's look at a clock. A clock. We can get the vampire's clock. Okay. Actually no. That's confusing. It's a 24-hour clock. Cradleless hanging. Okay. Large. Okay. We need to hang up a nice clock. And another one there. Because, you know, it's an office. You need clocks. Okay. How else do I make this more office? Am I gonna have to get rid of that corner desk too? Ugh, for goodness sake. I think I'm gonna have to fancy up this corridor too. Okay. So, let's see. Back. Decorations. Floor. Too wide. We need narrow. A narrower. That's still too wide. Small. Okay. Yep. Okay, we need to make this corridor fancy. Does it even count as a corridor? I don't even know anymore. Let's see. Corridor. We'll go for that. I wonder if I actually put in a door and it will be corridor. What if I do that? To separate it from the living room. That might work. Okay, doors. Let's see. Do I need to fancy the door? No, I mean, it is one of the ones already. Where's the door frame? Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, corridor. Thank you. It is now a corridor. Okay, so I need to make fancy the corridor. Said corridor needs fancy. How do I fancy up that space? I don't know. There's not much furniture for a corridor. Blackwood. Okay, let's put this one. This dude here. Okay, I wonder if I... I feel so stressed out by this. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. Okay, we can put in a shelf. I mean, right now, all I know is you can't go wrong with shelves. Let's try something else. He liked that. He has no interest in the showers. More, they should know who they're dealing with. Okay. Great then. You know what? Here, let me do this. Let's do that. Let me get rid of that and let me put another bookshelf. Because apparently he really wants some bookshelves. I don't know why it wouldn't go flat to the wall. Oh, I know why. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. He likes only white. Okay. I almost feel like I should switch it around and make the living room office, but I don't know. It says in the thing that you can take out. He doesn't really care for the shower, which is gross, but you know, some people are just weird. Okay, corridor. How do I make this read as corridor? I should have just brought that one downstairs. It's still reading his room. I don't know. I'm trying here, but like, how much more office is this gonna be to be an office? I don't know. I don't know. No, I made such a beautiful office and it doesn't like it. Here, I'm gonna move this here. There we go. Okay. Alright. Okay. No, no, no. He liked it and then he didn't. Furniture, office, desks. I don't know how to please him. He's so picky. Okay. I'll put it here. We'll put the desky poo here. Okay, I'll put computer down here in the corner. Where there is space for it in the corner. In the mush pot. Webcam, and then his desk chair. Ugh, I feel like I just have to use everything that says office, and then it disappeared. Why did it do that? Why did it treat it as garbage? I don't get it. I spent money on that. Okay, how about we do this? I don't know. How is this not an office? I'm so confused. I am so befuddled. Here, you know what? Sell it. Sell it. Move this to out here. And let's put in more shelves. He just really likes shelves. Black wood. There we go. Okay. Here we go. No, 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 no. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's move this one over. That's better. I feel so deflated. How can this not be an office? All of these pieces of furniture are things he likes. I don't know why. I don't know why. The only thing I can think of is going upstairs and changing. Or maybe I just have to paint it white. He likes white. Okay, let's see. Paint. Maybe it's the paint. There isn't. Maybe I should do a telephone. But he does prefer all white spaces. So let's just paint some walls. He seems to prefer it. He likes cheap, except for his office. Everything needs to be expensive. But he prefers white paint. Am I just choosing the wrong color in furniture? Maybe the furniture needs to be white as well. Maybe the furniture needs to be white. Hang on. What are his preferences again? The walls have to be all white. The walls. Okay. It's the walls. Specifically the walls, not the furniture. Okay. Let's continue. I am whitening the walls. See, it looks so good with the maroon walls, but no. No, it has to be white. Yeah, let's get a telephone in here too. I think that is a good idea. I mean, I can paint over the brick as well. But I think the red is more impressive than the white. But you know what? Here we go. Everything's white now. If I have to paint over the rest of it, I will. Just finished off my meal from my favorite Japanese sushi restaurant chain, the delicious chocolate caramel brownie. Oh, yeah. The cookies I made last night were oatmeal butterscotch cookies. I think they went over pretty well. I definitely like making some cookies, so. But yeah, I've made some decent brownies too. I found a recipe for brownies, and they were the ones that Katharine Hepburn used to make. Everything white. It looked so cool before. I mean, why would you destroy the coolness? Sounds lush. Yeah, they were pretty good. And Panda told me he doesn't usually like oatmeal cookies. Okay, why is he going... What? Why is it going down when he likes white walls? It should be going up. I don't get it. Dolan Trusk. He's so finicky. So finicky. I won't make Dolan Trusk any of the oatmeal butterscotch cookies. There. We've got your all white walls now, dude. I don't know what else to do. What else do you want? This is an office. How can this not be anything more than an office? Oh yes, the phone. Telephone. That's right. Telephone. Accessories. Office. It might be an electronic equipment. Telephone. Because this is an older game. So it would probably like a telephone. Or 5. Okay. Okay. Nope. Now the thing that sucks is if you decide to start over, you can start over completely, but you lose 60% of the money you put into the place, which sucks. So how do I get, what? No? What? I can't get out of there now? What? Okay, now it's not letting me out. Great. We'll sell that. Oh my god. How many bookshelves do you need, dude? Okay. We'll do more. Picky man. Picky, picky, picky. Not all my documents will fit there. How many documents do you have? Dude. Look, I gave him a room. A storage room. Maybe I need to take off the wall? What if I did that? If I take out the wall, maybe that will register as part of the office? Let's see. Okay, so first of all, let's get rid of the door. I feel like I'm starting to lose my mind. Okay. All right. Of course not. Of course. It did nothing. It did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, I think the game is glitching or something. I don't know. Let's do floors. Let's do floors. Boink. Boink. Okay. It is completely open. It is still somehow not an office. I don't know what else to do. Do I need to change the door so it's a regular indoor door? I don't know. Ugh. I hate this house. I hate this. I hate this so much. It's so ugly now with the white walls. But that's what he wants. I don't know what to do anymore. Like when I first started on this one, he was the second person. The only thing I can think of is actually changing it so this is his office. But I'd have to... Oh, jeez. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I think I'm gonna stop here because I'm getting frustrated. I don't know why the floor is shining like that in the corners. Maybe because it's dingy floor. I don't know. Maybe I should redo the floors. Oh, I don't want to do that because then we'll go into the bathroom. Why did it just get dark? Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference, I don't think. I'm gonna have to think about this one, I think. I'm gonna have to think about this one. It's a conundrum. It is an enigma wrapped in a conundrum. I don't know. Anyway, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop here. So, let's exit game. Let's see if there's somebody to raid. I'm still having a hard time finding people to raid. For streams this time of day, but let's see if I can find someone decent for you guys. Oh, you know what? Josie's up. Josie's up. I will send you all to Josie because Josie is an absolute sweetheart, and she's only been up for 20 minutes. So let's go raid Josie. She is playing Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly, which is a game that I probably should try. Alright, so we're gonna raid Josie, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!